What's up, everybody? Welcome to my review of the Innova Commander. This is a Star Commander. It is a new overstable VTEC disc from Innova. Big thank you to my friend Chris Caulfield from Aloha Disc Golf here on YouTube for sponsoring this review. Go check out his channel in the description below. He posts some mail call videos. He's going to be doing, in the bags and disc reviews. He's also going to be kind of keeping you guys up to date with his first tournament season as a tournament player in Hawaii. So go show him some love. He's been very generous to the channel here, so I appreciate that. Let's get into the review. The Star Commander. Here's your kind of like a topographic map there, and also has some military insignias there in the logo. I think it looks pretty rad. 6304. I think the 4 and the 3 should probably be switched around. I think it has more glide than a 3, and it definitely doesn't have as much fade as a 4. It's definitely a little bit, considerably less overstable than I expected based on those numbers after my testing. It's a very unique disc. You see it's got a pretty big pop top on it, and it's got a very interesting rim profile. It kind of sweeps up on the outer edge here. It's got a big bead. And yeah, it's a VTEC disc, which means basically it's just molded to have a big mass on the rim here. They'll kind of keep it spinning on the line, similar to the Wombat and the Colt are also VTEC discs. And they've had some other VTEC molds come out. This one has got to be the most overstable one on the market so far. But yeah, you can see that very characteristic upward sweeping underside of the rim there. And this slope here, plus the big pop top on it, makes it a very unique disc. It's got a relatively large bead again. It's got an interesting feel. It doesn't feel bad. The Star plastic isn't the grippiest plastic out there. This particular one isn't the most grippy Star I've felt either. But it feels fine. I didn't have any issues with it coming out of my hand during testing early or anything like that, so that's all good. I like the way the bead feels as it kind of rips off that last knuckle and helps you put some pretty good spin on it. Let me throw it up next to another overstable mid-range, the Anchor. This one's straight out of my bag. I've been carrying the Anchor since I tested it and reviewed it. You can see, the Anchor's got a much more traditional, almost kind of like rock type shape to it, where the Commander's got that very interesting profile. There you go. That helps you see that upsweep a little bit more without some of the glare on there. This is a quick comparison. Let's talk about the flight of this. I already referenced it. It's not quite as overstable as I was expecting. It kind of holds straight, and I think saying it's a 3 in glide is kind of a disservice to the disc, because it glides definitely more than you'd expect based on that number. It holds the line quite well. It can fly into the headwind pretty good. It's definitely turn resistant. I'll give it that. It's not like something that's going to flip on you at all. For me, powered up to full power, it just ends up flying really straight. I can even start to get it to ride to the right just a touch before it kind of comes back, but it's not something that really drops off the line. It still kind of pushes forward and has a gentle fade at the end. So yeah, I think the numbers are a little bit wacky on this particular disc. This one is 172 grams, which is a little bit lighter, but I mean, you're still over 170. It should be pretty representative. Like I would imagine max weight on this is probably around 180. It's a relatively large disc, so if you had one that was full max weight, it could be a little bit more overstable and match those numbers a little closely, a little more close. But as you guys know, the flight numbers are just a guideline, and not every disc is going to adhere to those and match them perfectly. This particular one ends up being just really straight. No real turn to it whatsoever, and it has that nice VTEC forward push onto it where it'll kind of react similar to like an MVP type disc, where it'll hold that line and push forward rather than just dropping out when it slows down. I think the Commander would be a great choice for people to check out if you have a bigger power arm, or you're looking for something that you don't have to worry about flipping it over, and you can really lay into it and it's not going to do anything too squirrely on you. It's a very consistent disc, but yeah, it's a little bit faster too. It's kind of almost a fairway, but not quite. It's definitely faster than your average mid-range. But yeah, it continues to push forward. Doesn't have a total meat hook finish, but it is a very stable flying disc in the high-speed portion of the flight. Not going to turn over on you, and still react pretty well into the wind. That's my review on the Commander. Thanks to Chris at Aloha Disc Golf for sponsoring this review. Plenty more to come from his generosity, and I will check you guys later. Cheers!